Right. Have you heard about bands going to the EU now, and that you are charged? Have you heard about that with the visas?
Yeah, so there's a whole thing at the moment. Are you talking about like famous bands or just gigging musicians sort of thing?
Famous.
I've not heard anything about kind of famous bands, but definitely there's a big thing about musicians now needing visas to work in the EU and gig in the EU. And a lot of agencies now are kind of wanting to, when they advertise for bands, they're advertising people that are EU residents. So there's a whole big thing of trying to get petition signed to give musicians free movement within the EU.
Mm.
But yes, so I'm guessing they have to pay for visas. But I mean, I don't
But,
know. I mean, if go on.
well, don't you have to do that if you went to America? Isn't it the
Yeah,
same?
you do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's nothing different. But
No, because obviously, like I don't know, Julie,
the
but she's
thing, yeah,
she's English, isn't she? Is she English?
yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, she's been going to America lately on TV shows. So obviously, when
I
she
have
got,
no idea. Actually, I think she might be American, but
is
yeah,
she?
I have
All
no
right.
idea. But
Okay, just for the sake of argument's sake, she's English.
yeah.
And she goes over to America. Now, as an artist, obviously the record company will sort out a working visa, won't they, for that artist to go
Mm,
over and do the stuff. So obviously now they're saying
yeah.
that Europe, you have to do the same thing. So I don't,
Yeah.
I personally, I thought, when I heard about it, I thought, okay, but I thought, I don't know why they're causing such an uproar, because that's what you have to do when you go to America. It's the same thing. So what's the difference?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, for kind of artists like that, it doesn't really affect them when they do world tours. They have to get all the visas to go everywhere, and people coming from America have to get visas to
Come
go
here.
to come here, basically.
Yeah.
But who it's really affecting is, yeah, as you call it, grassroots
Mm.
musicians. There's a lot of work in Spain, and people do 6-month contracts out there.
Mm.
There's hotels, there's duos, solo acts, soloists, full bands. Um, there's loads and loads of work, and
What
it's
happens if
just
you
going
go?
to
What
be
happens if you go on a ship? Then what happens with that? If you go on a ship, on a cruise,
well, cruise ships. So when I did cruise ships, I had to get a US visa.
you do. Oh, okay.
Uh, and the US visa is a C1D, which
Mm.
allows you to work up to 6 days in America on land.
Right.
But obviously, we're on a cruise ship, so we're going all over the place. But that just covers you
Right.
for that. Yeah, there's probably a bit more depth to that, but so that's what I got for that. For kind of ferry work, you don't need a visa. You didn't need a visa anyway.
Mm.
You just needed an ENG, which was a medical. So, but cruise ship stuff's for another day, because that's God knows when they're going to start back up. But yeah, so the visa thing is a little bit of a hot topic at the moment.
So if you go to Spain, for
Yeah,
example, right, and because you get some tributes or some bands, don't you, who go to Spain, don't they? And they do a 6 months in the summer season,
yeah,
don't they? So
yeah.
what I presume what will happen is that the venue will then have to pay to. They would have to pay the extra money, wouldn't they, to pay for the visa for that band then to go over? I would have thought. Or do you have to do it all?
You would like to think?
Hmm.
No, I think it would be if you need to get the visa yourself. You need to. I mean, companies, agencies do cover some stuff,
Mm.
but yeah, it will be a case of. And the thing is, especially singers, even bands, they don't play one hotel.
No.
They play five
Mm.
or six hotels,
But if you're in
and they just
Spain, and
circle
if
what
you're
you.
in, yeah, if you're in Spain all the time, though, that visa will cover you for that area, won't it?
the visa. I think the visa. Well, the thing is, you'll need a visa to travel
Right?
and a visa to work, won't you?
Do you? I don't know.
Well, think about it. If you need a visa to go to like the UAE and all that kind of stuff. You need a visa to go there.
Yes. Okay.
I needed when I worked out there, I needed visas for that as well.
Yeah.
We did that all when we was out there. But so it's a pain in the ass. That's what it is.
Mm.
And the thing is, a lot of musicians that live in the UK, it was so ideal to just jump over to Spain for a couple of weeks' work, or get in the call the day before and saying, hey, we've got a month's work out in Spain. We need a duo. Can you do it? Yes. The next day you're on a flight. You're out there. You got a month's work.
Okay.
Now you can't do that unless I don't know. It's so early days for it.
So a question for you. Could I have
there's
another question for you. So visas, because obviously I've never done America, but when I've done stuff in Europe, yeah, you just jump on. So I presume that you'll just register it all online, will you? And then they'll send it to you, or how's it? Will it work like that?
What for a C1D visa? No, you have to go. You have to do a massive form online. They ask you loads of questions. Then you have to go to the embassy in London.
Blood. Well, no one's going to do that, are they?
A day out in London. For cruise, well, this is the thing. For cruise ship stuff, you would do it because it's 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
6 months work going around the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You do, and the thing is, C1D visa lasts for 10 years.
Oh, right.
You only have to do it once.
Oh, I see. It's not every time then.
No, it's not every time.
Oh, okay.
So, but this is the thing. It's really early days, isn't it? So it could be we could get similar things. Here's a C1D equivalent for the EU, and it lasts for 10 years. Go to the, but where you would go to get it, where you would go to get it, I don't know. But this is the thing. So these it just needs to be ironed out. But because it's, like I say, because it's so early in the kind of, it's all just happened. Who knows? But it's going to be a little while before everything gets ironed out. Meanwhile, people that rely on that sort of work are not going to be able to get it.
No. Well, hopefully it'll get sorted. But I mean, there was a further news topic I was going to cover, but it says the EU has insisted it was the UK government's choice to end the visa-free touring for musicians on the continent. Officials in Brussels told the BBC that the UK refused a plan that would have let musicians tour without visas. This is in response came after Downing Street reaffirmed that its own ambitions proposals have been rejected by the EU. So there's obviously a little to and froing going between the EU and us to say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and also it works both ways.
Yes,
you've got to get a visa to work here now for musicians. So
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. So, but for it was just easy for everyone, really, musicians, and for bands and artists. So yeah. But a lot of the time, the way big artists tour, they generally need visas anyway because they travel all over the world. So
they do, yeah.
So I don't know.
So basically, we're saying that the big boys and girls, it's not going to really affect them. It's the grassroots people and people jumping over to Spain for a couple of weekends to do some work. It's that they're the people it's going to affect.
Yeah, big time.
Okay.